Yeah, and it's like we're starting all over again each moment from just a brand new position. That's so cool. It's a cool thing how it works. So all the past is what it is. It's a reference, but that no more. That we're starting each moment in a new position, like we're brand new. Ariana's here tonight too.
Yeah. Ariana, what do you say about that? Are you here, Ariana?
Yes.
Are you here?
Can you hear me? I'm trying to get the microphone.
Okay, we hear you.
Yeah, we hear you. Come on in.
Having trouble with
now we can't hear you.
yeah, right. For a moment, we heard you say something, but now no, nothing.
Well, okay. I guess you'll come in later.
Yeah.
Okay. Your dream visions and what one experiences, which most of the time the personal self cannot fathom, recognize, or even perceive, is so beneficial with releasing worries and tensions and stress and a host of many things that constantly bother the little personal mind and body. But the real guides, many unseen obstacles are taken away, so the new student can get on with their daily routines. There is a huge fear factor that is mostly hidden and obscured from the conscious mind of those of the social orders, because it has been purposely disguised to look like part of the landscape and also marketed to seem as though it's logical and reasonable, that it exists, and that if it does that, it must be so. This, of course, is so preposterous, yet the rep systems are built upon this fear factor, as this is how they maintain their operations of control. I recently saw a National Geographic special about North Korea. One might say that North Korea is a total mind prison because of how the government is run to subdue and control its population. The head dictator is like that of the late Jim Jones, and even more so. Almost from birth, the Korean people are taught to wholeheartedly worship the head dictator as their God on earth. There is no intent, no cell phones, and no pictures of anyone else, such as advertisements, movie stars, or even other political figures. Nothing. I can see that most people in the Western world would look upon what is taking place in North Korea as an abomination. But I can see there is so much more that most people do not see. Physical appearances and circumstances are one thing, but it is the invisible netting that has been consciously and unconsciously put in place that provides the hardest prison to escape from. North Korea is a very open and obvious example of how the populations on the earth are now controlled, yet most people will not see the same subtle controls with the society they're living in. The entire earth is wrapped with a fear factor control, and it is very real. The subservient mind control that is here now has been planned by the dark brats for hundreds of years. It has silently covered the entire earth without most people ever noticing it and how it has come to be. Because of the high-end technology they have, the dark brats use various frequencies to influence people's minds and emotions, like that of HARP. Most of these populations is not aware of this, as it would sound like science fiction to many. There really is no difference with how the North Korea head dictator and the corporate entity knows this. The United States Corporation operates. Most people are fooled by the political personalities and the fronts that they have created. When a person studies the real side of human history, they will come to discover what has led up to all the wars and economic misfortunes for the common people. The earth world can be a beautiful place, but it is just a place in life, and that's all. Humans with their desires and ideas of conquest have provided all the causes and effects that all of us are now experiencing. Here is where a person's dream visions are very important, as they can lead one into misunderstandings that are more real than the earth. The real gods are not into any type of confirmation, as they already know that using force to meet the opposing forces only leads to more situations to deal with and be burdened by them. They teach her new students to become more aware by the way of the written words, which the Adventure series, and especially your dream visions. The physical works are merely a reference to something real and not an actuality. Dwayne, the great writer, has not produced any doctrines that is of a religious or political or spiritual means, nor rules and regulations, not even any guidelines to be adhere to. His writings are examples of great adventures. This is what the best of life is all about. The greater adventure that lies just beyond our breath from this place in space, not out of there somewhere, but right here with ourselves and all that life is and isness. While we are here, we can experiment with our own real awareness to discover what limited potential we have. We can learn to leave the mind and emotions and its personal attachments behind and fly off to fun and romantic places. Like Peter Pan and Superman, there are no limits as long as one respects others and does not interfere with their life. Real freedom is being able to supersede the human side and explore the greater platforms and positions. Does anyone have anything to say about that?
Sure.
Okay. Go.
It's interesting that Dwayne was talking about how the North Korea example of control of the humans in that country is worse than what Jim Jones did, and we know what he did by having a bunch of people agree to commit suicide with him, and that's how these rulers are on this earth right now. They're just practically to be worse than that, than Jim Jones. It's just amazing what we're dealing with. And that we have this opportunity by the books of the written words to study and get hints about life, and that how important our dream visions are too. How the real guides work with the written words, like Dwayne's books, and in our dream visions to make us more aware. We're so fortunate to have some guidance and to be able to become more aware of what really is going on about life.
Yeah, we're really in a lockdown here on this planet. It's just people, first of all, have to see that they are imprisoned here. They don't even see that much. I mean, that's the first step, is seeing that this is a prison planet. The chemtrails they're spraying nanobots on us, nanotech, and we're ingesting, we're breathing it. It's in the water, it's in the food. These nanotech devices, and they're making us like antennas, and they can control the matrix through and send us messages and subconscious different commands and things like that, because we're picking this up, because it's in our bodies, these things. We're human antennas, so they can turn on the Wi-Fi and EMF and microwaves and send certain subliminals to us, etc. And then it goes even further than that to on a galactic level, where they control the grid lines and the ley lines, the planetary grid lines. They control a lot of the times they control the portals, and different ways that people can travel, the wormholes. I mean, they have this place on lockdown completely, and they've planned this for many, like, thousands of years before this, even to take this planet over. It's not just not just recently, but this is well planned out. And then what the reptilians have done, and then they send it to the controllers here on this planet, the bankers and the elites, whoever wants to work with them. Then they funnel it through these people who are just the puppets for the reptilians, and it's a complete takeover they have planned here. So it really behooves you to wake up and see what's going on, so you can get out of this prison. It's like Dwayne said once, it's like a prison break here. It's like, let's figure out how we can get out of this place, because it takes creativity and cleverness to get out of here.